I was expecting more than I've actually seen. And I'm one of these people who critique people that come onto the fore and to claiming that they are there to change the country. I have asked and I have not seen Dr. Maraga's ideology. I have asked and not seen Dr. Maraga's philosophy on anything. You know, governance is not just about I'm good, I'm a Christian. Even the one who was defeated in Malawi, Chakwera, was supposed to be a priest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where did that take Malawians? So being a man of God, you say you're a man of God, is not what people want. These are secular states. You have to come with significant ideological, philosophical position, well explained and articulated, with a program of what you are going to do, which is different. It would be a slight improvement on Ruto, but because we do not know these things, we cannot say how far he would be able to take us. And that is not very positive. Because the only claim to fame is that he was the Chief Justice when the 2017 presidential election was nullified. That's not good enough. Because the court was not his court. He was the Chief Justice, but there were other judges. And the evidence of rigging was there. That election could be nullified by a street urchin who is reasonable enough to look at the evidence. He's not explained even where he came from. You see, he was not the most qualified person to be Chief Justice when he was appointed. So there was a reason why he was appointed, right? So, and who appointed him? Kibaki. And what is Kibaki's legacy? So I'm interrogating this because if we do not interrogate candidates, and we will have to blame ourselves when they start going south, and we were there and we said nothing. So if David Maraga comes up with a good platform, explains himself, and demonstrates his record, because I can tell you, I grew up in Kenya, I went to school in Kenya. I got into political activism in Kenya. David Maraga is much older than me, and I never heard of him. He was not involved at all for all those years that we had one-party state. What was he doing? How was he surviving within the one-party state? It's almost like saying a person grows up in apartheid South Africa, goes to university, graduates, becomes a judge, but you never heard of him. You never heard him say anything about the apartheid system. You never heard him resist or criticize the injustice happening. What was he doing during all those years? And then until 2017, when he was Chief Justice and led the nullification of the presidential election, what was his views on anything? Where are his judgments that show his jurisprudence? Where he is vis-a-vis the terrible, experiences of Kenyans when it comes to police brutality and the rest. As a lawyer, what kind of law did he practice? What kind of clients did he represent? What has he written on anything? Right? Not a group judgment of, let's say, 7 to 9 judges. No, I'm talking of a singular thing that one individual sits alone and drafts. Any article, even a newspaper article, it's critical of the system. You see, this is how we got ourselves in trouble when Moi took power in 1982. Moi was said to be humble, a good Christian, somebody who is very polite and all of that. He became a dictator when he took power. All you need is give someone power to be able to see their true character. So we need to be able to ask David Maraga, what kind of metal are you made from? Show us now before the elections. And I'm not saying that Ruto is good. No, Ruto is terrible. Anybody would do better than him. And David Maraga would certainly do better than Ruto.
Yeah.
But it can't just be we are judging from the worst, and anyone who is slightly better is good. We want the best for our country.